All right, so like I mentioned in my previous video, that was about a 9-minute video. Just to add to that, this Nebraska game, Northwestern here, the wagers were showing about 62% on Northwestern, which this is inaccurate here. These percentages on SBR odds are inaccurate percentages. I would also use pregame.com, and this is where you can get more accurate data to look at percentages or betting percentages in general, because here it's showing Northwestern with 62% of the wagers on them, and then over here on pregame, which is a little bit more reliable, they're showing Nebraska with 67% of the wagers and the ticket count on them. So this is the more true, accurate website here. I just use SBR odds for the lines itself, but I don't really use the percentages here on this website because they're very inaccurate. So if you want to go to other line services or websites, there's other ones out there that you can just compare and then just get an average of every percentage out there, and that'll give you like the true percentage of what you're looking for. But with percentages, it's just a resource. It's not going to be 100% accurate. So, but as you see here with this big handle game, this matchup right here got 936,000 between 8 to 10 sports books. Okay. And like I mentioned in my other video, the late game on the board is always going to get a ton of action regardless of who's playing. Nevada and New Mexico, two Mountain West. New Mexico's in the Mountain West, I believe. Yeah, I know Nevada is, but Mountain West teams here. All right, so this got 1.68 million bets on this game, dollars, on this matchup between 8 to 10 sports books, because it was a late game being played. All right, and that's because people are trying to chase their money back from all these other games that were going during the day. As you see here, no other game on the board got even close to the first ones that I mentioned in my other video: Nebraska, Northwestern, and Hawaii and Vanderbilt. All right, so you see here, none of these bets got even close. Most got about 600,000, but like I said, Nebraska Northwestern got 936 for the early game. Late game came in with 1.68 million. All right, so that's how you read the percentages. So that means that 6 out of 10 tickets were taking Nebraska here. 6 out of 10 tickets. And then you got all this line movement with Nebraska and Northwestern, with Nebraska opening up at 12. All right, and then moving all the way up to 13, and then being dropped and bet down to 11.5, and then being pushed back to 12.5 come game time. And that's where the value, that's where you jump into the market, the betting market, and you take Northwestern at the plus 12 or plus 12.5, and that's where the value's at. So that's where you can cash on spread bets and also on money line plays, because I'm sure a lot of the money was coming in also on the money line here. Let's see if we can pull up the money line on this matchup here. I'm not sure if they're going to show the money line here, what it was, but we could certainly find it. Let me check the beginning here. I just want to pull up the money line to get a better accurate assessment of what it was actually. So they're not even showing the money line here. Let me check here. Okay, it should pull up here with the money line. Okay, so here we go. Nebraska was a minus 550 money line favorite, dropped down all the way to 500. All right, so that was all due to the sharp action coming out of Northwestern, because not a lot of people are going to be taking a money line, especially the public. They're not going to be betting on a minus 500 money line. So the reason why this line is so high is because the line makers need to make it high, because they know they're not going to get a ton of action on the money line on this matchup. So they don't really care who wins this game. They just cared about the spread in this matchup. So that is why they allowed Northwestern to be able to win this game. They didn't really care where the action was coming from or who they had to pay out on this matchup, because they knew that a lot of the public bettors were not going to take Northwestern here at plus 360, plus 390, etc. So that's how you read the lines, and I'll be back with a lot more of these videos in the future. So comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you then.